Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for coming all the way for this program in this pandemic time. Now I request Dr. Vaidyasamam to give welcome address.
Good evening to the alumni who have gathered here inside this hall, and to all those who are watching this event online. Let me first wish you all a great year ahead, since this is the first meeting of the alumni for this year 2022. Let this year bring a lot of success, both in your professional as well as personal engagements. And as much as every Indian citizen should not forget the national anthem, every Shastra employee should not forget our own Shastra anthem, which is the Maitrim Bhajata. So this is an advisory to the newly joined employee Srinivasan. Should be ready with the prayer song without any mistakes. I'm extremely happy to welcome all of you to this alumni reunion for a variety of reasons, and don't want to elaborate on that. Not only is the world running against the pandemic, but we are also running against the pressures of time. And after this very brief function, we also have a good music concert. So I don't want this function to encroach into the concert's time as well. And I'm mindful of the time limitations that we have. But that doesn't stop me from first welcoming the distinguished awardees for the Shastra Distinguished Alumni Award, their family members, the special invitees, my own Shastra friends and family members, and all other well-wishers of Shastra. Beginning with Mr. Manoj, whose classroom notes even today, in the own words of Dr. Pugarendi, who was a lecturer at that point of time when he was a student, who is now the Dean School of Mechanical Engineering. So the moment he saw your name, he immediately sent me a message. Please thank and welcome Manoj on my behalf also, because his class notes that he used to meticulously write is what I'm using still as my teaching notes as well. So that's the background that we want to give you. And to the twin awardees, followed by Sundar and Kalyan. So these two, this is the first time that, we are breaking the tradition and awarding without splitting the incentive that is involved in the award, but each of them getting the individual's share of the award. But we said these are deserving to individuals, though they are by two identities constructed physically, but as a representative of one of the best outgoing mechanical engineering graduates of Shastra. To us, Sundar and Kalyan actually is just one face. So they are also doing the alma mater proud. And of course, Kalyan was my quiz team mate, and Sundar was my opponent in the cricket team. So we used to have good hostel cricket wars. And lastly, Vasu, who took up with passion, though he had a very, very promising career with Infosys, decided that he should be his own boss, and then started what is turning out to be one of India's most respected B2B startup, the Ninja Cart, along with a very dedicated team of founders. And except that he is not able to personally come and visit this, receive this award this time because of his personal health issues. And nevertheless, on behalf of Vasu, his father-in-law is here. So he should be a proud father-in-law for having decided to marry his daughter off to Vasu. So in fact, it's more befitting actually. So all the three distinguished awardees, a very warm welcome to the Secretary of the Alumni Association, S.V. Ramanan, who himself is a distinguished alumni awardee last year. Others who have come. And I'm glad that you have all come here despite a lot of advisory that we shouldn't have this on a face-to-face basis. But we said, even if there is not going to be anybody, at least the awardee should come here and receive it. And we'll anyway, webcast this online. So I am extremely happy to welcome all of you on behalf of the Alumni Association to begin with, and then on behalf of the university and on my personal behalf. And the only message that I want to just leave in this welcome address is I've been repeatedly saying that all the alumni activities that we do, and now we have formalized that through an online engagement model where we have reached out to a lot of alumni. If some of you are still left out, there is a Sastra alumni portal where on registration around right now as we speak, we are in touch with over 10,000 of our own alumni on a day-to-day basis. So if you have not registered, please register to that. And all the alumni events, we have been saying that this is all, a fundraising event and not a fundraising event. But this is what I've been saying for the last 10 years or so. So I'm just going to change my perception of that, given that now you're also running an institution in a space that is also getting equally competitive. But at the same time, I should not be somebody who's hounding on alumni for all sorts of support. Nevertheless, I am recognizing and mindful of the fact that a lot of our alumni have given it back to the institution in different forms, either through corporate engagement or university engagement, or any other forms of formal progressive engagement models that has really benefited the institutions and its students. But I've started also experimenting certain models of engagement with corporates, which has actually given us a lot of success, where if we are oxygenated with the right amount of financial support, I wouldn't even say it is a grant, either as a contributing partner or an advisory partner or somebody who's equally interested in the initiatives that we do, we find that there is a lot of momentum in the success story that we are trying to build. And it is never possible unless we are big corporates ourselves, and corporates have the appetite for huge grants. But then I thought I will park it in one corner of each and every alumni's mind that, we need to think of something called collective, just like this crowdsourcing for different forms of business enterprises, crowdsourcing through alumni, and start just an alumni administered fund for purposes that touch the lives and livelihoods of many, which will be selected based on proposals that we receive, selected by alumni, successful alumni who will be part of the selection process and fully administered by the Alumni Association themselves, so that they know what is the incremental value that is coming out of these initiatives that the alumni themselves are owners as a socially responsible Shastra graduate and also as socially responsible citizens of the country. So this is one idea that I thought I will park in your mind to become partners of a collective mechanism that can generate a lot of goodwill for the society, not even for the institution or for your individual self, but then let's play the game behind the curtains and deliver some value to the society, and then they will know who's doing it, and then the real story gets unfolded. So this is what I thought I will just share with you, and I'm going to also reach out to each and every individual alumni through a personal note that I've started to prepare, explaining what I have in my mind in a more detailed manner that will convincingly tell you why such initiatives, not only at Shastra, wherever you are, your own schools as alma maters, because your schools also deserve a lot of support and encouragement from successful alumni like you. So these are models that can build the social infrastructure that is required, and it's very, very appropriate as the country celebrates this 75th year of independence. And that is why we have very carefully chosen the Republic Day as the day where we give the Distinguished Alumni Awards, because we believe that you are building Shastra, and institutions like Shastra build the nation, and in a way you are also nation builders. So with this backdrop, I welcome all of you for this alumni meet, which is specifically organized for the purpose of awarding outstanding alumni at Shastra in 3 areas of corporate leadership, for public service, and for entrepreneurial excellence. Thank you very much. Welcome all of you.
Thank you, sir. Points noted, sir. The technical issue will be sorted out very soon. I request Sri S.V. Ramanan, Alumni Association Secretary, to read out the citation of Corporate Excellence Award.
Good evening, everyone who is present. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, if you're watching it online. I know a few of you are doing that. We're all here to celebrate success. So it's my duty as Secretary of the Shastra Alumni Association to welcome all of you. Professor Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, who also happens to be our alumni, the distinguished awardees and their families, and my fellow alumni. So nice to have you all here as part of this event. Okay, as VC has been sharing that this is an event that is happening on 26 Jan on a regular basis. So mark your calendars for every year. Hopefully, the subsequent years we can all attend without our masks. So there is an intro that has already been given by the VC. We all know that what the faculty also are talking about the awardee of corporate excellence for the Corporate Excellence Award. But it's my duty as Secretary of the Association to share more details for the benefit of everyone who's present. The name is already announced, so there's no suspense like the Filmfare Awards and things like that, or the Grammys. So we know the awardee, but the background of the awardee. Graduated in mechanical engineering in 1994, incidentally my batch. He's currently occupying a strategic leadership position in an automotive expert. The career growth journey started from Shastra, has gone through a journey with 3 large automotive majors, being the Tata Motors, Renault, and now with Mahindra and Mahindra. He has a continuous appetite for new learning, and this he has exhibited in the recent times, even though there were COVID, in implement or launching XUV 700 in the month of August 2021. Okay, in spite of all the struggles, his astute planning and project management skills, technical skills were put to fore to make sure that the launch happened on time. Something that VC and I was discussing, that in a career spanning over 25 years, he's only worked in 3 organizations. And that's something for the newer generation to look at, because a lot of people change 3 jobs in 3 years. This is somebody that who over a span of 25 years has worked only in 3 organizations, and exemplary work that he has done in each of these organizations. Something that is not written in the citation, but something I thought I will share. When you see him up on stage, you'll realize we went to the school together, right from primary till engineering, we were batchmates. And he's a athlete par excellence. He's still fit. That's something that you will all recognize when he comes up. So the Distinguished Alumni Award for Corporate Excellence, Manoj Varghese, Chief Platform Officer, Mahindra Mahindra. May I request Manoj to come and give your acceptance speech, or before that, VC for the award. You can remove the mask. Okay, Manoj.
A short one. Okay. So, namaskaram to one and all of you. I'm extremely honored and grateful to Sastra and Dr. Vaidhi Subramanian for giving me this award. I would like to also congratulate the other awardees who are present here and also outside for receiving this award, or who are going to get this award. Extremely thankful and honored to do this. True to his vision, Sastra has remarkably done really well in the last 3 decades. I've gone through the vision statement of Sastra, and it has really qualified for this, all the statements which has come there. Extremely happy for that. One most important quality which Sastra has held, and one among the students, is the discipline. Right from the start when I was there till now, when I'm talking to all the students and everything, the discipline which Sastra maintains is really exemplary. The second thing which is that the merit-based admission. Think merit, think transparent, and think Sastra. So true to it, right from the time I joined till now, it is maintained. I'm really extremely happy for that. So this has helped not only me, but a wide spectrum of students who has joined Sastra over their careers. At Sastra, a lot of opportunity for me to interact with a lot of enthusiastic colleagues and friends, completely highly motivated friends, and also the faculty, which are highly dedicated faculty and who was ever ready to guide and to the journey. The last 4 years in Sastra, they were really guided us where you need to go, what you need to pursue. This was one very good and help which we received from the faculty members from Sastra. With the above experiences, after 4 years coming out of Sastra, I was ready to face the world with a lot of opportunities available and to pursue them in the way and explore in all the opportunities which are coming out with more confidence. So that was what the Sastra helped in the last 4 years of the journey in Sastra. I'm extremely once again grateful to the Sastra and also Vaidhi and Dr. Ramanan for having given me this award. And in any small way which I can contribute back, I'm ready and helpful, will be helpful to the Sastra community in the coming years. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Manoj. Manoj is accompanied by his wife, who also happens to be a master's in civil engineering. She was a faculty in some other institutes and now a proud mother, ensuring her 2 kids are getting qualified well. Welcome, ma'am. Thanks for participating here. So Manoj, true to his words, was short and sweet. Manoj, I still remember the days that when we went to Shastra. So just when I got the invite to be here, I went and had my haircut. Otherwise, in memory of Professor T.R. Rajagopal, he would be very strict that how all of us have to be disciplined and maintain the decorum of the event. So those days were wonderful days. Like you said, all faculty have been very good to all of us, guiding us. I am sure some of them should be watching online as well today. Thanks to all the faculty who guided and supported us. This is the next category of award for excellence in public service. Okay, as VC started introducing them, when the citation came to me, I thought they were actually twins. Okay, it's just that they happen to be two different people, but their journey has been like of twins. Okay, so we have them here, the twin mechanical engineering graduates of Shastra who left the portals of Shastra in 1998. So that's why they got an opportunity to play cricket with YD and be part of the quiz team. So that's a batch between us and them. YD was there in 96. They went on to pursue their higher education in University of Alabama. Both of them have completed their master's as well as PhD. And one of them, post Shastra, went on a 3-year route to Alabama. He did his work with Michael Bosch. Did I get it right? Yes. And the other one went on to, sorry, age is catching up, I guess. I've still not started wearing specs, but did I get it? So one went to, so let me skip the part of going to Maiko and doing your journey in India. Both went to the US, finished their masters, finished their PhD, and both of them have started teaching in the US. Okay, and this award is to Dr. Kalyan Kumar Srinivasan and Dr. Sundar Rajan Krishnan for the Shastra Distinguished Alumni Award for Public Service Excellence. Congratulations to both of you.
Sundar's Kalyan's cousin. Sundar, come.
Congratulations, Sundar. Thank you. So may I request Sundar to have your acceptance speech, and I think Kalyan is coming online. So Sundar. Okay.
So just to fill the gap, Sundar had a 3-year postdoc stint after his PhD, while Kalyan worked for Michael Bosch before he went for his master's. And both of them continue to be physical twins in the age of these digital twins and contributing a lot in the field of heat and combustion engineering. While on one extreme, there is a great demand for electric vehicles. These two work on big engines which cannot be electrified at all. So they are working on some super specialty, monstrous engines, and they are doing a lot of good job. The amount of scientific publications they have created, the number of students that they have mentored, the PhD scholars that they have generated, and the engagement that they have with Shastra. They are coming back to their alma mater and picking some good talent and also mentoring them at University of Alabama. And they continue to do this twinning exercise, not only amongst themselves, but also between University of Alabama and Shastra. Sundar.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope I can be as short and sweet as Mr. Varghese here, but they say I'm a professor and we don't know how to speak in short sentences. So at the outset, I do want to say how big of an honor it is for both me and Kalyan, who's not here physically, to have been chosen to be bestowed with this great honor from our alma mater. We are proud alumni of Shanmuga College of Engineering, formerly Shanmuga College of Engineering, Sastra University. And we believe, and I can say this with certainty, I believe that I am where I am because of all of the teachers and the professors and the family and friends that I've had so far in my life that has taken us to where we are right now. Specifically, I started my journey at here in Chennai, Padma Shadri School, and which is where Vaidi and Swami were also schoolmates for me. So I wish to thank all of my teachers there first. And then I absolutely want to thank all of my teachers at Sastra University. A few come to mind. That doesn't mean that the others aren't important, but I do want to specifically thank Dr. Pugarendi, who was an inspiration, who continues to be an inspiration for me. Myself being a faculty member right now, I am still inspired by Dr. Pugarendi in how I teach, how I present as a faculty member. And I'm Dr. Vijayalakshmi, who was my physics teacher at Sastra. She continues to be an inspiration. Dr. Arun Narasimhan, who was our thermodynamics teacher, who's now a faculty in IIT Madras. There are scores of other people that I'm sure I'm missing right now, but these are the people that come to fore right now. With all of those teachers, obviously the technical side of the education was one part of it, which is a given in a place like Sastra. The most important thing that I learned besides the technical education was internal development and the opportunity for the internal development. In a sense, I had the opportunity to discover myself in Shastra, not just scientifically, not just technically, not just as an engineer, but as one progresses towards one's internal calling. For me, it was the temple in Shastra. It was the spiritual atmosphere there, and there are several opportunities that we got there as for spiritual development. And I look around and I say, Shastra Satsang here. This wasn't there when we were students, obviously, but I'm very happy to note that this is here. And there are such opportunities, many more such opportunities afforded to students. And I'm very, very pleased to note that. So that is regarding my journey in Shastra, and then on towards my postgraduate studies, and as a faculty member now at the University of Alabama, my other alma mater in the US, which is kind of strange because not usually you don't get to teach at your alma mater. And in that journey, of course, throughout this, my family has been critical in supporting me. At the outset, I do want to thank, of course, my parents, my father and mother, who are not able to be here today, but I trust they are here in spirit. They are in my native place at this point. My sister, my brother-in-law, who's here, who's representing our family. My wife and children who are in the US, they couldn't make it here at this time. In fact, I do want to say this. It is indeed by divine providence that I find myself here before you physically, because I was supposed to be in the US teaching a couple of courses right now. It's by divine providence that I'm here. With all of this, without all of this support, I couldn't be where I am. And I do want to say this for the next generation of students who are coming through Shastra, that take advantage of every opportunity that you have, not just technical opportunities, not just campus interviews and getting ahead technically, but also the other overall aspect of development. So one of the things that has inspired me is Swami Vivekananda saying that education, true education, is the development of human character. So if education does not lead to development of human character, that is not true education. So that I totally subscribe in. In addition to the technical aspect of things, it is the internal development of the human being that is equally important, if not more important. So with that, I want to thank everybody who's played a part, because this is obviously not my own effort. And lest I should forget, I do want to acknowledge the immense contribution from my current and former graduate students, my master's, my PhD students. There are about 25 of them in different parts of the world right now. My postdocs, the recent postdocs, undergraduate student researchers, a few of those, about 4 or 5 of those who have come from Sastra on a summer abroad program to the University of Alabama, and they have two of them are currently our PhD students for Kalyan and myself at the University of Alabama. So we hope to kind of give back in that sense to Shastra and any other way that we can give back to our alma mater. So with that, thank you very much. And I want to echo the last words of our Shastra anthem, as Vaidya said, Shreyo Bhuyat Sakala Jananam. Dhanyavada. Thank you.
Before I invite Kalyan, I just wanted to let you know that the gentleman who received the award on behalf of Kalyan is his first cousin. And since his entire family is in the US, it was very nice of Kalyan to have ensured that his cousin receives the award on his behalf. And over to you, Kalyan, for your acceptance speech. And hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Vaidya Subramanian. I consider it a privilege, an honor, and I'm extremely humbled to receive this award. I dedicate this award to my parents, the late Srimati Jayalakshmi and late Sri A.V. Srinivasan. I'm sure my father in particular would have been extremely proud to see me receive this award. A lot of sacrifices made by them have been instrumental in shaping me as a person. And I'm extremely grateful for all the opportunities that they have provided since my conception, if you want to put it that way. I'm grateful particularly to all the teachers in no particular order. My kindergarten teacher, Ms. Vasanthi Chalapa, back in Asan Memorial Senior Secondary School in Chennai. She dubbed me as a curious itinerant. And, you know, this is something that my father always reminded me, that I had no ability to sit in one place. So she said that I was just going around all the desks, you know, talking to students and figuring out what they were up to. So it's kind of a curious character right from that age. My father was particularly instrumental in feeding this curiosity and sort of helping me discover my true calling, which eventually became mechanical engineering at Sastra. I was extremely fortunate to have been associated with the many students at Shastra, the many professors at Shastra, in particular, as Sundar mentioned, Professor Pugarendi, who I can never forget, who has been a constant source of inspiration and continues to be a source of inspiration, both as a teacher who has covered the syllabus and more of a teacher who has actually uncovered it for us. So that's a very important thing, and I continue to, use some of his methods in my teaching experience back here at the University of Alabama. And then I would like to thank Professor Vijayalakshmi. We used to call her Viji Ma'am. We still call her Viji Ma'am, and I'm still in touch with her. I'm particularly grateful for the college for supporting all of the extracurricular activities. As Professor Vaidya Subramanian mentioned, I had so many opportunities to quiz along with him. He was an excellent jam coordinator and a jam speaker. I was never a good public speaker, but that's something that developed over the years. As Sundar mentioned, Sastra was a place where we kind of were able to discover ourselves. For him, it was more of a spiritual calling. I've kind of been a spiritual person, but not so attracted to the formal ways of spirituality. But I would say that Shastra definitely afforded me the opportunity to expand my horizon as a person and allow me to express myself and grow. One very important thing was in Shastra, we were able to make long-standing friendships. And as a testimonial to that is basically this award. Sundar and I go a long way, and we continue to work together. And we are extremely grateful for the opportunities that have been provided to us, that we're able to mentor graduate students, postdocs, and we continue to work in this area and hope to generate a lot of entropy as in thermodynamics. Without taking too much time, I would like to thank in particular my aunt, my attai, who has been instrumental in making sure that I have always been well fed and have had a chubby disposition because of her. And she's been one source of inspiration, who's been this quiet person in the background. And the only thing that she worried about was whether I was fed. And this is something that I missed dearly when I came to the US to pursue my graduate studies. And after going through all of my PhD and then entering the academia, which was way back in 2006, I met my wife and we got married in 2008. She's here with me right now, Srimati Anuradha. She continues to carry on the tradition of excellence in terms of keeping me well nourished and offering me all the support that I need so I can still, maintain a cheerful and chubby disposition. So my son, who is fast asleep, he's 11 years old. So extremely grateful and thankful to my family for all the opportunities that I have been able to, that I've been afforded, and most importantly, the patience that they have, that they've had to kind of tolerate me. So thank you, and all the best to Sastra, my alma mater, and I continue to, and I will continue to keep a constant engagement with Sastra along with Sundar, and we hope to grow together. Thank you all.
Congrats, Kalyan, an unplanned interjection. I was particularly impressed with the flawless flow of your accepted speech, and not surprising for me because you're your father's son. And I thought I will also recollect one lesson that I still hold very close to my heart. And as much as Sundar and I share the Padma Seshatri school as our alma mater, we used to have a wonderful principal called Mrs. Hamsa Ramdas. And two of her iconic phrases still stay very close to our heart. Nothing is too late and nothing is impossible. So these two are actually life lessons for us that we got in our school. And Kalyan's father, Mr. A.V. Srinivasan, a very, 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 very senior executive in Microbosch at that point of time, a big fan of English literature as well. And you can see much of that manifesting in Kalyan. But one quick sample, remember Kalyan, and I mean, he used to tell us, having the cake and eating it too. So he says, both are same. Having the cake is actually eating it. So having the cake is not different from eating it. And these are those very strong impressions that not only students and juniors or seniors, as we spend time in hostel, but when their parents come to our institution, when we get to spend a lot of time with their parents, there is a lot of learning that we get from them. And that's the type of family, the extended family that the institution wants to build. And we will continue to build such relationship. And I particularly recall your father's phenomenal contribution in shaping one of the outstanding academics that the alma maters, both University of Alabama and Shastra, will be proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sundar and Kalyan. So Kalyan, I was thinking that while you twin with Sundar in academics, maybe for your chubby disposition, I can twin with you. So that's something that came to my mind when I was looking at you and thinking about how your atte fed you and now your wife continues to nourish you. So congratulations on that. And Sundar, if speaking for a long period of time can qualify me to be a professor, maybe I should apply for a job too. So it was good to hear both of your journeys, and extremely proud of what you've achieved. Congratulations once again. The third and the most important category, if you can call that, for somebody who is building an organization and giving jobs to people out there. He's a graduate in engineering degree in biotechnology from the class of 2007, and then went on to arm himself with an MBA degree And he's worked with Infosys for a period of 3 years. I think Vaidi mentioned that as part of his welcome speech. And I think that enabled him to move forward. And from there, he went on to work with entrepreneurs. He was part of Taxi for Sure and Firefly eVentures before picking up what is required to become a co-founder of Ninja Cart. So for most of you who already know what is Ninja Cart, it is becoming the Amul of vegetables and fruits industry as India's largest B2B fresh produce company. Ninja Cart focuses on innovations, more accessible, and leverage the strengths to produce new product categories and customer segments while solving complex supply chain problems. I think any of you who've been in that part of the world knows that fruits and vegetables are perishables, and the supply chain innovations that Ninja Cart has brought to the table has been well appreciated across the globe, surely in India. Ninja Cart is one of the most talked about startups that specializes in business to business vertical. In recognition of his approach towards the self-made career and for the innovation and bold steps to embrace technology to touch livelihoods of households through an interface mechanism, and for his inspirational engagement as a first generation entrepreneur, Sastra presents Vasudevan Chinnathambi, the Sastra Distinguished Alumni Award for Entrepreneurial Excellence. He's represented by his father-in-law, who also has a daughter who went to Sastra. So 2 Sastra alumni related to him. So request you to receive the award on behalf of your son-in-law, sir. So Vasu is online, and may we request him to give us his acceptance speech.
Sure. Hope you were able to hear me.
1 second, Vasu. Audio of Vasu, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Let's try. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you. And good evening, everyone. I think first of all, apologies for not making it in person due to health reasons. And many congrats to all the award winners of today evening. I think first and foremost, I would like to thank the Sastra management to honor me with this distinguished award. I think this one is very, very special to me personally, because it comes from a place where I believe personally I sort of grew from a boy to a man. I think when I joined Sastra, I remember entering the campus so naive, so clueless, so afraid about what's the career as in for me and how I'm gonna go through this 4 years. But I think when I came out, I think I had fantastic clarity in terms of what I want to do, and the kind of I think what Sastra had made me. I think that's something that I would always owe to Sastra. I think especially this award is sort of a homecoming for me, because to get recognized from the same institute where which I think Sastra was very instrumental in seeding my entrepreneurship journey. I think Sastra is where I sort of first got introduced to entrepreneurship concepts and sort of immediately got excited. I think by the time I left Sastra, I knew that someday I'm going to start up. I think all that sort of happened there at Sastra actually, and also that sort of motivated me to sort of pick up a lot of extracurricular activities. Went on to become the chairman of Bioticos Department Association, and also participated in Dakshin Kurukshetra events back then. And especially, I think I owe a lot to the library, because I would spend endless hours there reading all the global magazines, which I wouldn't have had access anywhere if not for Sastra. I think that sort of helped build a lot of better perspectives for me, and which played an important role. And of course, the entire faculty who sort of shaped me and inspired me in many ways. And I think they gave me a lot of opportunities to sort of learn and make mistakes, especially on all the non-academic extracurricular activities actually. And I think when I left Sastra is when I think sort of realized the kind of culture that Sastra had, kind of which sort of comes from VC and Vaidi sir and Swaminathan sir, etc. But I think that it sort of had impact on me, my way I sort of look at life. And I hope this award sort of inspires more students and alumni of Sastra to pursue entrepreneurship with courage. And if I can get this far from where I started, I think I'm sure the folks of today can do 10x better with the kind of resources that's available and kind of support system that's available. And last, again, no one achieves anything individually, especially when you're an entrepreneur. And there are many who help me on the way, especially my co-founders, employees of Ninja Card, friends, and all my teachers who sort of touched my life along the way, friends and my in-laws, and importantly, my wife Ratika, Vaisa mentioned, she's also alumnus of Sastra, and my daughter Laya. They both had a tremendous, I think, did a tremendous sacrifice in the last 7 years, and then sort of stood by me in all the tough times. So I think this wouldn't be not possible without both the darlings of my life, and of course all this is not possible without my parents, Saroja and Chantambi, who I think pretty much sacrificed everything possible to make me what I am today. And I would personally want to dedicate this award to my mother Saroja. Unfortunately, she is no more with me to sort of witness this moment, but I'm sure she'll be absolutely proud about what her unconditional love for me had sort of transformed me into. Amma, this is for you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Vasu. All that I have to say again in this, unscheduled interjection is just, I recall one meeting that we attended. This was to, felicitate an outstanding entrepreneur who did not, get formally educated, which he confessed when he was felicitated and received an award. And the award was given by an outstanding researcher from one of the best institutions in the world with a double PhD and all sorts of publications. And then once the award ceremony got over, this outstanding academic went to that high school dropout who actually runs a very successful business enterprise himself and giving jobs to those alumni of such outstanding institutions himself. So that gentleman went and said, asked the person who made it big in his business, how much have you studied? And then I noticed, high levels of discomfort from the gentleman. And having confessed that he has actually not finished high school, but then made it very big, I noticed a lot of discomfort in that gentleman. But then I boldly told that distinguished academic that the problem is, you might have double PhDs, all these publications and all of that. And we as, reasonably accepted intellectuals don't ask questions to all these double PhDs and so much of publications. They have studied a lot, but we have never asked them the question, what have you achieved? But then to those who have achieved a lot, who have not studied, we boldly go and ask them the question, how much have you studied? So that type of a discomfort, I'm sure today's distinguished alumni awardees will never have in their life, because they have successfully managed to build with balance both achievement as well as academic excellence that was deeply rooted both in their school and higher education. And for that, I'm very, very thankful for all the powers that may be, which has actually molded all these awardees to ensure that this balance doesn't get slipped right through their formative years, as well as the journey that they have undertaken this far. And I'm sure the exciting career that lies ahead of them is also going to give them a lot of success as they endure both their professional and personal career for years to come in eternity. With this brief backdrop, I again congratulate all the alumni awardees for their outstanding work that they have done so far, and congratulations in advance for the lots of work that you are going to do in future. And I invite Srinivasan, the head of the Alumni Affairs. He will be delivering the formal vote of thanks, after which I request the alumni awardees to please come for a joint photo session, after which we will conclude with the national anthem. Thank you.
I'm glad and honored to deliver a vote of thanks on behalf of Alumni Association and Sastra University. My hearty congratulations to all the award winners and wish them many more in future. I would like to thank Mr. S.V. Ramanan, Secretary Alumni Association, and all other participants for making this event a grand success. God willing, we will again reunite for the next Distinguished Alumni Awards 2021 in the coming year. Before I conclude, I request you all to stay back and enjoy the fusion music by Flute Giant and his team. Thank you. Once again, I thank you one and all present here. Thank you very much.
I think it got disconnected.
Yeah, something happened. You're right. I mean, it's like, okay,